Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the foremost podcast in the land. I dare say, Frankly Speaking. My name is... No, I shouldn't introduce myself first. I'm a gentleman. We're going to begin first with the people that bring the shine and ensure that every time we come around, we are super excited. Let me begin with the woman that defends. German machine, women leader, Ndine Mama.
He's so quiet.
Big in the building.
Please,
Hey.
I beg. I'm still recovering from last episode.
Did you collect anybody's phone number?
I don't understand how. Why?
Because some of the people in the comments are like, this Naomi self is like the way she's doing her body.
No.
The way she's doing her body is like she's passing a message.
That should have been for Tom. I don't know why anybody was directing that to me.
Okay. Yes, to the lady that everybody agrees with. People are like, do you listen to Tone? I agree with her. That voice. And then Tone will say, stop.
Yo.
Hey, Gotta. And ladies and gentlemen, the sponsor, the sugar daddy of Frankly Speaking, a man of enchanting physiognomy, a man of several degrees and characters, a man of aptitude, latitude, and altitude.
Why not put quantitative?
Ladies and gentlemen, Nedu Wazobia, legend, and yours truly, husband material. Now, we have somebody in our midst who I'm very sure has become a household name. A lot of people love him. He's a man who is super talented, and you just cannot get, cannot get enough of him. Man of many parts, so much talent. He's imbued with so much that, the world has tapped, and even I said the world don't even come tire. Ladies and gentlemen, Nasiru, a.k.a. I am
Nas boy.
Nas boy.
Laugh that laugh.
They call me better cloth. They always they call me those kind of oversized. Now, shout out to people who every week come to YouTube to check for Frankly Speaking. You share your comments, you engage and banter. We even hear that there is like there's a WhatsApp group where people, once we drop the episodes, they view, then they come and discuss. Thank you so much. You guys are doing a lot. We appreciate you. We do not take your support for granted, and we are very, very grateful.
Thank you.
Now, let's go straight into the conversation. We're discussing a group of people who have added tremendous value to our lives, whether it is by disseminating information or by bringing laughter amidst the whole challenges that people have to deal with. We're talking of influencers. That's people who ain't get influence. Not people who say just pack numbers. People who say that they make impact. So please, if you know you don't have that one, don't even count yourself. Now, we're narrowing this down to people who create content and then bring joy into the lives of so many people.
Skit makers.
It's interesting that these people would encapsulate an idea in, say, maybe 60 seconds, and you get it from start to finish. It's hilarious. You're rolling on the floor. You're super excited. But deep down inside, these people are fighting so many demons. No, I don't use demons. Nobody know the angel when they pass. The angel just there, wicked angel just there. Let me enter inside you. So please, they're dealing with a lot of challenges themselves. But you cannot tell because every time. So in fact, some people get to the point and they're like, Baba, you never drop anything, no. Babe, how far now? You have not dropped anything. Give us something. But you don't know that whether it is family, whether it is health, whether it is career, whether it is financial, people are also dealing with so many challenges. And who better to share insights and help us have a robust conversation than Nasboy. Nasiru. Hi,
Nasiru.
Indeed, you have come a long way. I won't touch you for sure that I have to say you have come a long way.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
He started off with the Davido.
OBO.
Yeah.
I actually did that.
Yeah.
I actually like it.
And the funny thing is, a lot of people, which is why you must never see someone and just deduce whatever you want to deduce for that person. A lot of people saw Nasboy doing Davido and they were like, hey, after this Davido, what else?
What else?
You know, the guy gets a lot.
Let me even share something I haven't told anybody about. So, there was a time I think he reached out to you. You gave him my number and we were having a conversation. And he introduced himself in the same voice note. You know they like type. They like send voice notes.
I mean, it's allowed for guys that have baritone. I mean, they should always use voice notes. Can't be carrying.
Only you know what you are. You are the only one that know what you are. What is even worrying you? So with voice, they can sweep you off your feet.
I'm just saying that it's allowed.
Okay, no problem. So then we're like, man, Baba, you get a lot of things. So you do more do it. And there was something he told me. He told me that this stuff he does, the Davido impression, is the least
of what he can do.
We had a conversation about creating something that would, I think, around political satire and all. And he was like, this is the least of what I can do. And I'm somebody who, likes to watch, okay? And he has surpassed expectations.
Absolutely.
He has shattered records.
Absolutely.
He has broken barriers.
I agree.
He has set standards. I'm proud of you.
Very, very.
That's what they told you should.
And especially because I rarely ever see a Nasboy content that involves bum and boobs, and I still laugh out loud every time I watch his, video. I mean, I've so many. I can go on and on. Like especially the one about people from other states when they come to Lagos, and Lagosians that are staying in boys hustling and staying in one, different content that didn't involve.
He's multi-talented.
Okay. It's okay. We have learned our lesson.
I'm sorry, I love you guys.
Yeah, we have learned our lesson. We have moved on. We have turned a new leaf. But the interesting thing is, we can have this conversation about what he creates for an hour, even two.
Yeah.
But the truth is, like we said in the beginning, people who also make us happy also deal with a lot of challenges.
True stuff.
Now, fast forward to when we wanted to talk about this topic that we're discussing today. Funny enough, it was Sydney Talker that called me and Husband Material. We were talking the other day. Sydney Talker was watching Frankly Speaking, just the last episode, and then he called us, me and Husband Material, and it was like, okay, this is it. And then we decided to talk about it, content creators and depression and going through emotional issues and stuff. He agreed it was going to come. I don't know why he's not here. Maybe network, traffic or, stuff. And the next person I called was Nasboy. Immediately I called Nasboy. Nasboy just thought, Baba, na me be that. Na me be that. Do you want to tell us why you said you are content creators and depression personified, why you can relate to that?
So basically, man, I feel like it's a personal thing for me. I can't speak for somebody else. But I have guys now. I'm able to relate with my guys. I was in Tauma's house the other day. I was telling her my headache and she was like, guy, are you sure you're not my twin? Because this is actually my problem. And I feel like I'm the only one that has the problem. I'm like, yeah, no, see me here. I have these problems. So this is how it is, yeah? It's not easy. The pressure is different. That's why I said it is personal, yeah. I've had situations where I have people like, when I started, I know these things. Like, come on now, I'm smart. I know. So when I was doing the Davido thing, it was just cruise. You get me? It was just cruise. So the pressure wasn't much because basically you could just fool yourself and everybody would be like, So the moment I started making really like sensible content, smart contents that touch people are like, this particular content you did, you will not believe that it made me cry. Like I took a lot out of your content. It became really, 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 like the pressure became high. The pressure became really high because I had people saying, you actually made me remember my mother. You actually made me, the pressure became really high. So every time I try to put out the content, I think about it so much because imagine a two-face telling me that you're one of my best.
Shout out to Tubaba. I always see Nasboy on his story.
Like, imagine a two-face telling you that, see, listen, you are one of my, I'm like, wait, the same two-face, have like Don Jazzy saying your talent is rare. I'm like, this is crazy. So it puts pressure. Take it or leave it. It puts a lot of pressure. So every time I try to put out a skit, I think about it so well. I hope these guys are going to laugh. Wow. I hope this is going to make sense. I hope Two-Face will see it and be proud of me again.
Wow.
I hope, a lot of stuff just go down in my head. It's not easy. And sometimes when you put out the contents, you know how Instagram algorithm is. It doesn't do well. It messes you up. After putting so much effort to make a video, I still get to think if they will like it, if they will not criticize it. Nasboy has a good part in the industry. Everybody feels like, the guy's content is always... That's a big problem. That's a big problem. So, yeah, a lot. Like recently, I and I'm very emotional. So that's bad for the business. It's not a good
So
thing.
those times when you do like
But
when
I
you,
know
for your
you-
skit when you go they do like this. You really mean am.
So I'm very emotional. So I feel like being emotional too much is not good
It's
for
a
the
major
business.
problem, actually.
A very big
For me
problem.
as well.
So I see that some people are able to let go of when a video doesn't do well. They just, okay, we move, we'll do another one.
Exactly.
The moment the video doesn't do well for me, you should really check on me, please.
Now, you know why I agree with that. You see, me and Husband Material, we've been in this content creating thing. This is going close to 8
Now
or
you
10
start
years. Now we start 10
Legends.
years.
Yes.
It is going to close to 10 years now that we've been doing content. Now we started doing this thing, creating content. It comes fast for us. I mean, he's a script writer most times. You bam, we don't write, bam, we don't drop. You get one time when he's in a day, we drop like 3 skits.
Mm-hmm.
Drop in the morning, drop in the afternoon, drop in the night, drop in the morning for weeks. Baba would drop content 3 times a day. And then, I mean, he can't get time when he be say, me, I ain't consider and can't talk. Say, Baba, the way we did drop this content.
You go finish.
He go finish. More not they give them every time. More just, reduce the speed. That's why we can't reduce the speed. Then when you can't reduce the speed, you go drop one on Monday. You go say, okay, the next one we'll go drop again on Wednesday. Next one we'll drop again on Friday. You go drop on Monday. The person don't watch and finish. Oh yeah, wait the next one.
Or the person go just there and tell and say, this skit we have a part 2.
It's
No, we did not think there was no part 2
There
now.
was no part 2. We did not plan part 2.
Where for your head you just see part 2 inside this.
The couple say another one. This is not even. I'm not really even relating to this skit. This is not the funniest of your skit. God.
Yeah, it's...
Now wow, Baba, you can do better now. Now wow.
No, personally, I feel like it's a personal thing, like I say all the time. If you don't find it funny, just go.
Just move on.
Like, just go.
Now,
you mustn't come here to depress us.
You understand? And you know, you get in Nasboy talk. Before I go back to it, get in Nasboy talk. Instagram algorithm, they mess content creators up. I remember when we were shadow banned for the longest of time. Me and Material. We go post content when he be say you get over 2 million followers. Content when he be say no. If you post time, you're supposed to get like that kind of 50,000 views, 2,000 comments. Papa, you go post time, 2,000 views.
Yeah, if you're getting
painful.
shadow banned, sometimes it's possible that you have.
Sometimes,
It's
trust
not.
me, sometimes nothing
It's
goes
not.
on. I'm not lying to you.
It's
Sometimes.
not. It's not our own was nothing. Not,
Are you sure?
Maybe
No,
someone
but
has
for you-
reported
Yeah,
an issue
no,
or
but
something.
Some
sometimes-
people can just report
Some people
content.
are
you don't,
that
you,
they don't
you,
like.
haters
see,
out
you
there.
don't
And you get
understand.
shadow banned.
No,
let me tell you.
sometimes it's crazy.
It's crazy.
So it's just
Like,
Instagram
nothing
on
really
its
happens.
own.
I cannot say anything that we have done wrong. I cannot say. Maybe you find it offensive.
I mean, if I find that you have a content that is, I'm not saying I do this. I never ever really done it. I can't really relate to whatever pressure Instagram is giving anyone or content creating. I can't relate to. So I'm really happy I can't relate. But I'm just saying, like, it's possible that if I see a content that I feel like it's not exactly portraying women in the right light,
Then you
or
could just
I
report.
could just like,
No,
I don't want to see this
it's
anymore.
funny, it's
and
funny.
Instagram will possibly,
Now it's funny that you're saying this because the truth is, my brother is here. He will tell you. 80% of those female way they watch him, they end up in his DM, end up in my DM,
True.
asking to be part
of it.
of that.
Yeah.
It's a normal thing. Now, that shadow ban is just stayed there for a very long time.
Yeah, so the shadow ban thing, sometimes it has nothing to
It
do.
has not.
affects your-
I can tell you, it had nothing to do with. And I'll come to a part. Some people, when they say they make the pressure they too much on us, content creators. When they say it can't lead you to almost depression, you can't really want to kill yourself on top of the matter. It can't get to the time when they say, "Nice boy, call me for phone." He say, "Baba, how far? What's happen? Your video, you go past 2-3 minutes, you go see enter reels." I said, "I don't know." So because that thing alone was not helping it, video when it be say because reels, Instagram promote reels. You understand? Because of them fighting TikTok and all that, they promote reels. So video when it be say on a norm, you expect say you go make like 100,000 views. You go see the video they make like 300,000 views, 400,000 views. Now another thing we cause problem for content creators. Now if your video don't they get views, commensurate comments no conde, now another problem.
Jesus.
So, it's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot going
And
on.
brands are not making it easy.
That I understand. Okay.
Brands are not making it easy. So, I know one content creator, I know one calling him. He's a big content creator. when I go to say they do know everybody. I know one content creator. He's a big content. Avalon will know this thing I'm about to say. Avalon will pay shout out to him. You see this content creator? If he not get video to post, him body go dey shake. He Baba not get video. Baba not get video. Baba not get video. Baba not get video. No, Baba might don't do something nonsense. Baba.
Are you serious? I'm so sorry that you guys go through this. So, I mean, I have a lot of content creator friends, and now that you're saying it, I'm just thinking.
Shout out to content creators. Shout out to content creators because there's a lot going on.
But do you guys feel like you also put yourself in that position? Like, do you also feel it could be a mind thing? I know it's where you make your living from most of the time.
Do you know it has gotten to a point where I'm not lying? It has gotten to a point where I told myself that like I'm looking for a particular money. If I can get it, I'll stop content creating. Like it got to that point. When I mean it got to that point, exactly. I'm talking about 3 weeks ago.
It's possible because you're doing content creating for money. You know, a lot of us.
No. So let me clear this. Let me clear the air.
Okay.
You get everybody they different.
Yeah.
You get me? So in as much as I want to make, are you serious? I'm giving my all to this thing. Shouldn't I make money from it?
Are you? Of course.
With content creating, you can almost not do anything.
Of course.
You understand? If you're a content creator, like I'm telling you cannot do anything.
It's a full-time job.
Because if I'm not shooting, I am thinking.
Yes.
If I am not shooting, I am thinking.
Agree.
If I'm not thinking, I'm attending podcast interviews. So it's a job. I should make money from it.
And that's the problem.
Even with the money.
Sorry, do you feel any pressure when you see like other content creators acquiring houses, cars?
No, okay. So
that's the pressure I even thought it was.
Personally, for a truth, I don't.
You don't, right?
No, for a truth, I do not. Trust me.
But you just think about it that God will know, like.
No. I never. I be person very contented. Like I know be like I know that kind of person.
So your own major pressure is with the concerns of how the video does, brands,
of course. So another
Instagram.
thing is, I wish I was doing content creating at my pace.
Exactly.
When I mean my pace, like it is not money. It is not.
I do it. You do it whenever
I just do it because I feel like I will be better, way better than what I am now. Yeah. Because I am deep. Like I love to take my time, but we want money. This is where I make money from. So in essence, I need to just post. Sometimes these are not the contents I would love to post, but I just need to post to fast track so I can do my ads, get my money. You get me? So it's too much for me too. Sometimes, man, I really don't want to do stuff that I do, but I have to. I still try to filter them. Like I try my best to filter them because man has to feed. I have bills.
Makes a lot of sense. I mean, content creating is no joke. It's a serious business. It's
I say it all the time. I say
people get paid for their reels.
See, make person no commit suicide because of content creating one day. Like it's possible.
No, is it because of content creating? Because they see other people?
Like he said, it's personal.
No, I'm not talking about.
There was a time I saw a video of there's this guy, correct Aboki, this guy that does Allah drip on drip.
Yes, I was crying.
Yes, he was on Instagram live crying.
Was crying.
Now what happened?
Because he was like, he puts a lot into what he does, and you get to deal with negative comments. You get to deal with people who.
But that comes with it
create
now.
setting.
You just have to go
why he was crying.
And then the money, they come.
The money not come because so people not tell him, say, okay, see how it's supposed to go. Now, see, it's another thing. Another thing is, which
Lily baby.
Which this goes out to some content creators. Please, if you're making some certain amount of money, try and keep it to yourself.
Keep it to himself as now.
No, but on a more serious note now, because people now begin to make the game look like there's too much money everywhere.
Yes.
So I feel like this thing is misleading people.
Honestly, I'm always asking myself that is it from content that they're getting this?
Even if I buy a car today, you might not see it. You might never see it. I'm that kind of person.
I don't want to mention names though. There are some content creators that we know that they are buying houses and cars simultaneously. And I'm thinking in my mind that is it coming from?
It's coming.
They also have other businesses.
So I can basically say 80% of the people who call themselves content creators, the big guys, are actually making from content creating. There's money in content space.
Yeah,
you understand?
I know there's
if you
money,
like, keep saying they are doing Yahoo.
Back to
it's
back.
your business.
There's like a back to back.
Exactly.
They make money now. They make money.
They are making money.
You need to understand. The
platform, like you need to understand that platforms are paying. There's YouTube that pays money. There's Facebook that pays
creative,
money. So
you come up with these ideas and put it out there. There are people who make money. In
Instagram
fact,
is not paying in Nigeria, but it pays abroad.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you that
in the past, there were people who would lift whatever content you created, put it on certain platforms, get money for themselves.
What are we talking about? In
fact, there was a content of ours that was translated into
Swahili and other languages. I told you. Yeah. There's a page on Facebook that is called Alhaji Musa that has close to 700,000 subscribers.
And he's making money now.
Everything in it is our content.
Now, guess what? If the page is monetized, he must have made a lot of millions from him.
Can I even shock you? Now, I applied. He didn't even know I was doing this. I applied some 2 weeks ago to have... because I now noticed that when we post on Facebook, money we were supposed to get for Facebook, they go
another place.
Now I applied, being the original owner of the content, that Facebook should please give me the original rights of the thing, so that even when that person posts, any money that he makes can come to me. You know what they said? That they are not sure that I'm the original owner of the content.
So go their office. So the truth is, there's money.
Mark Zuckerberg,
there's money in content making space. Now,
so don't get deceived.
Why I said some content creators don't need to tell people, for this, they made this amount of money for this. He puts the other upcoming content creators under undue pressure.
No, but you can't tell people how to. He make the money for man.
Exactly.
No, of course,
we're not putting anybody on that list. It's just a suggestion.
It's just a suggestion.
Because take it or leave it. It is the reason why people do Yahoo today is because you hear people saying, this one buy this Benz from Yahoo. So it makes you feel like, there's money in this thing.
Yes.
I don't know if you get me. Now, my point is, this whole content creating thing is difficult. If somebody comes to meet me now, I see people meet me every day. I want to become a content creator. I find it very upsetting. Like, you don't even have talent. What are you coming here to do? Because they say there's money in this space.
Yeah, you want to just be putting out rubbish.
Because they say there's money in this space.
So buttress on what Nasboy is saying, me and other material, I'm sure material I've gotten that 1,001 time. A lot of people come to meet me. Some ladies, mostly ladies, come to meet me. I want to be making content. Some guys come to meet me. I want to make content. And I ask them, just like he gets pissed off, Nasboy gets pissed off. Sometimes I get pissed off. I'm like, why do you want to be making content?
Why?
I
just want to know why.
Just tell me why.
Tell me why.
Dangote say, I just want, I want to become influencer. I want to become this one. No. Why do you want to be making content?
Is it because of money?
Is it last you go finance because of money?
But
what do you have?
It doesn't have to be because of money. You have to offer something to make money.
Ask my brother here. No, hold on 1 second. Except saying one lie, we did not start this thing because of money. Did we start it because of money?
Of course not.
No.
You have something else.
We started because we loved it.
You have some.
Okay, but some people want to start because of money.
No, it's people are
okay.
That's
fine. It's still like
get my point.
That's fine.
You want to do content creation because you want to make money. Yeah. I'm sure if you have talents, that's a good one.
Of course.
You get me? Don't come into the space without talent. You just want
talent. Like, do you know there are some people when I started, they legit still make money out of this thing.
I know, but it shouldn't be a priority.
It's social media.
See what I'm saying? It shouldn't be a priority. Now,
that's what we're saying.
If you now start doing influencing and you now make money, good for you. You get me? But don't make it a priority.
There are a lot of things to do. Money.
You understand? Having a skill is a big one for you. Having a skill in this country.
Exactly.
Because I see this world as war front. You understand? If you get skill, you get gun. True. You understand? If you have a skill, you have a gun. So pay attention to having skills. Pay attention to learning than wanting to be a content creator.
You can still want to be a content creator.
Yes.
But just have something that you are doing, especially for the start.
I can't guarantee you that you will blow.
Especially for the start.
You
like
understand?
If you're starting
I can't guarantee you that will blow, but I can guarantee you that you will make money from your skill.
Now, going back to what we're talking about. Now, some of these things are the reasons why people get depressed, or they expect they are supposed to be getting some things coming and they don't see it. It's because mostly you got into it with the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Now, another people where they cause issues. I love my brands. I have a lot of brands that I work with, a lot of beautiful brands that I work with. But some other brands, some other small brands, they give you undue pressure They give you undue pressure. They go tell you, say, oh no,
if you don't have a certain
amount of followers, you now find people going to buy followers. I tell myself, say, Baba, you see this my 2.7 million followers where I did we go soon enter 2.8. I will not buy followers.
Organic growth them.
I will not buy followers.
The person is a capitalist.
I will not buy followers.
You can't really blame them.
It will leverage on whatever you offer.
The brands are some of them. I'm sorry, man, but some of them are really silly.
I'm telling you.
You go for followers or no engagement. It's
not
stupid.
engagement. It's not about engagement.
How do you go for
the real deal?
Yeah. How do you go for someone who has 5 million, 4 million followers and you don't? He doesn't even have views because most of the people where I did the same level with, you understand? I don't see brands don't they place them above me, and I literally know say then they buy followers. You understand? I know very well. Of course, I know these things. You understand? I see it happening. A brand is saying, I'll pay you 1 million. And the other guys, how much you collect for this thing? 1.8. Why? You understand?
Yeah. Okay.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. This reminds me of something. One content creator that we started this whole thing together. Some brand called him. I know we'll call the name of the content creator. Some brand called him. If he's watching, he knows what I'm saying. Some brand called him and said, 2 different brands. Husband Material knows the story. Called him and said, okay, we're going to pay you X amount for this content, and X amount for this one. His manager went there and to collect the money. Quite not huge, but well, huge is relative, isn't it? An impressive amount of money. My guy go there to go Oyana Moko seal everything. Now so then tell and they say, Baba, we'll go check this your other guy followers. Since your followers they in more millions than your own, and then they collect a less amount from us to do this content. Baba, no, now leave this thing. That was how he lost that money. Now, fast forward to another one when he be say, I did where then they discuss the matter. The guy tell me say, they do. I'm more give now. I will give you this amount for this thing now. I see this guy will get followers pass you now. See the amount who they give him. I'm like, But the question that most of these brands don't ask is, it's not just about promoting this thing for you. Does it translate to value for you?
It depends on what their value is, and I don't feel like you can exactly blame the brand.
No.
Because
Naomi, understand.
I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying.
Some brands just want awareness. Some brands just want it.
So they feel like you that have more followers, you have more engagement.
But what they don't also know is, look, if we will start this work, I want buy followers. We go down there like 15 million followers by now. You get the point now. But what most of you brands don't even know is that these same people you are rushing to, it's not as if we're beefing anybody. We're not. We're just talking about depression. Now, Nasbo is talking about the people that he knows he's on the same level with. And he's better than. You guys are placing those people above him and him they under. You could the price them cheaper money and they give. And according to what Husband Material talk, you know this thing goes into MCing events as well.
True.
It goes into MCing events as well. It's in every way. So when you see that content creators, if person there's a content creators, they go through depression. These are the things that causes it.
Like I try,
these are the things.
I try so hard to explain to people. Like, my friends, some of them think, oh, you're doing well, blah blah blah, you're doing so well. Okay, recently I went to check my BP. My BP was so high that the doctor was scared for me. It was on 157.
Wow.
Yeah, for real.
And you wouldn't know.
You need to slow down.
No,
you need to slow down.
Yeah, it's not like I don't want to slow down. You understand? But then at the end of the day, you are scared. I don't
Where
put out
would you-
videos.
You're thinking about
I
lots
hope
of
they
things.
don't get to forget me. So it's just crazy.
Because the truth is, just like he said, you are as relevant as the last content you put out.
I think it's important that, first off, because like Naomi has said, it's not just in content creation. And if, for example, you look at Nigeria's youth population, there are so many young people who, whether it's their career, whether it's personal life, whether it's finances, which is very, very key.
It's key.
You have a lot of people dealing with so much pressure. I think it's also important for people to just, sometimes you log off. By log off, I mean, take some time off and think about yourself. Think about yourself, because truth is, we put ourselves under intense pressure.
Yeah.
And as human, you can cave sometimes. It might get to the point where it drives you sick. Some people, if we look at, the example of, for example, my dear friend and senior partner, Nedu Wazobia, and how we work to create content and get to the point where you don't know what people are dealing with in their personal life.
Yeah.
You know,
And there's nothing like legend in your industry. They will not look at you
They
like,
don't
okay,
send you.
have
No,
been doing it since.
understand.
no legend though.
Do you know how bad it is?
You
Do know
wake
how
up
bad it
every
is?
day and keep your problems.
You woke up
and go out there.
Thank you.
It's a jungle.
Thank you, my brother.
Agiju, it's a jungle.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Wandem. You wake up every day and keep your problems at home. Nobody gives a fuck. You see now, I want to say something. These people that are following me, that are following my brother Nasboy, that are following me, that are following Sydney Talker, that are following everybody, these guys, with all due respect to all of you, we love all of you. You now they pay our salary. But another thing is, these guys don't really give a fuck about you.
No, they don't.
Not these guys. Some guys.
Me, I care about the ones
Listen,
I care
listen.
about
There are
these
people
guys.
who actually show
Listen,
there are people who go out of their way.
Can I continue? I agree. Let me rephrase. Forgive me. 90% don't really give a fuck about you. 90% come to your page. Now, everybody, I know what I'm saying.
And they just want to
90%.
laugh.
That's the reason why.
90%.
That's the reason why.
90%.
So I feel like in Nigeria we don't have permanent fan base.
We don't.
No.
Because the same people they follow Nasbo and they follow me. Because the same people they follow me and they follow Nasbo.
It is possible that I might have my downtimes and my fans will make excuses for me.
Yes.
They don't make excuses.
They don't make excuses.
The moment they see that you are no longer funny,
They
They move.
So the thing is, people come on social
How
media.
do people lose engagement?
To be honest, I really don't know about
Hold on,
skit
let me say
making.
something. Please, can I say
I
something?
don't know if skit
No,
making
please. I don't want to
is-
lose my thoughts.
Is
Let me
what?
say
Say
this.
it,
I'm sorry, my
please, so
love.
that I can lambast you.
I'm sorry, my love.
Say it.
Let me hold this
I
thing.
don't know if skit making
Let me
is
say this
something
thing.
to rely on.
Let
no. I
me
can't
say
lie.
this thing.
No, I
Hold
get what
on.
you mean, though.
Let me say something. On social media, I want to pin this before I go to what my chair said. People have what they come to feed on social media. Naomi might love hairs. She loves cars.
Mm-hmm.
She follows people that car companies, people that sell cars. She most times they go to social media to feed themselves that thing, that dopamine, whatever that is. They'll can't go that page, go watch that thing. Some people, I can't count how many times we've seen people where they say, when I just want to laugh, I go to your page. It's because they want to laugh. They go to your page. Not necessarily because they want to know, how is your life going?
Then you get problem now.
Exactly.
Now your laughter they cure their problem.
And you're probably making more money. You're using them to make money. Then they come to ask you how you did again.
Nobody is saying you should ask me how I do.
Can I continue? I'm happy that we are making people happy, laugh, even when we are not okay. I remember when I was going through my divorce the first time. I was going through hell. My brother knows us matter. I was going through hell. Now, for 2 years, that time, I was practically going through the time that when it be say, almost every 5 minutes, my heart is skip.
Jesus.
My heart was skipping. That was matter I didn't even know. I was living under constant fear.
Hallelujah.
For that time, 2017.
Pastor, speak to me, please.
2017 and 2018. Some of them husband material knows, some of them he doesn't. I lived under constant fear. Like I was not okay. You could see me smiling, but I was dead inside of me. But guess what? We're shooting every day. Sometimes after we shoot, for husband material, I go sleep for Palo. I go there for inside room. I go there cry. He never saw me once crying.
Were you shooting to distract yourself? Or
I wasn't shooting
No,
to
he was shooting to keep up now.
I was shooting to keep
He
up.
has to keep up.
I was shooting through that time.
Like in my when I was ill, the video that I shot
You
recently,
remember?
the video that I shot recently with Lasisi.
Yeah.
I was on drugs, like I had like 10 packets of drugs. Yeah, I was on 10 packets, 10 packets. I was taking drugs because at that point, so I had gastric ulcer. So I was treating gastric ulcer and the whole BP thingy at that time. You get me? But I was still shooting. I needed to shoot because if I no shoot, then go forget
money
me.
no go come.
Forget you.
I no go
you-
chop.
I remember there was one time. I remember there
Yeah.
was one time. Most of the things I do sometimes is to get my mind off of the
you're going
problems I was going through. Now, I remember then there was one time I could just do. What's my territory? I could just say, what's my territory? Hey, see this one? No, he didn't go to Baba, calm down, Baba, calm down, Baba, calm down, Baba, calm down. But guess what? The next 30 minutes,
He will call me and say, "What's in the apple now? What Instagram they do?" I say,
I've
"Baba,
experienced
Baba, you
that
the
before.
emotional.
I'm a very emotional person.
Ah,
for
we
my
don't see
personal,
you.
for my
my
personal
brother,
life.
I go tell her, say, I don't know where their office they now. Not be because someone can
Talking about
down.
because that was where we're getting
Don't
money
be
from.
smarty, though.
Talking about my personal life when I was going through divorce, I was
Baba,
going
you
through,
don't even want to say you fast on top of this thing.
I can't even remember that I did.
Prayer
I
and
did
fast.
prayer and fasting
For
for this.
Wow.
You don't know
it's a
who they
job.
call your name for some places.
know who they call your name.
I know
Don't
it's
you
a
pray
job.
about
Actually
it. Don't you
real.
pray
You
about
don't
your
know
job?
I
Yeah,
don't.
it's not a
At
joke.
work
I
places,
don't.
Don't you pray about
circles
your job?
online.
Maybe because you don't like to pray.
I can tell you the
Maybe.
truth.
No, not.
You know,
Because it's not a
Why
joke.
you
See, I
surprised that
love
somebody's
money.
praying
Oh,
about
I
his
love
job?
money.
See, it's
right?
not just money.
But
See, okay, let me tell you. Yeah, this is it. For me, it's not money. You understand? I hate to lose relevance.
I hate it.
You
But
understand?
that is the
Hold
thing.
on.
You
No,
have
that's-
to make do with it. Is
I
life.
know. Nobody's.
Time and chance
But is
happens
anybody
to
fighting?
everyone.
Nobody's fighting. I'm just telling you
but
my
for your
problem.
own mental state of
Did you get-
mind, you have to know that you can't be relevant forever.
Nobody's saying I should.
Somebody-
See,
other
I
people are
don't
going to come
want
and
to be
take
relevant
over.
forever. You get
Exactly.
me? But I don't want to lose it so badly. You
Now,
get me?
so
I've
I
seen
think
people-
you're putting the pressure on yourself
no,
too
it's
much.
just normal. You need to
No,
remind
I
yourself.
feel it's normal.
It's
You've
normal.
gotten to
Like,
a
you're not in my
certain point.
space.
I want to say
You
something.
get me? You're not in this space.
I
so you
want
won't
to say
you can
understand
help
it.
yourself reduce it.
Do you know what? Have you not seen people in this level drop to this level? In this space.
From
Like
grace
they are
to
not even
grass.
in the conversation again.
I remember
It's not just
Somebody-
making-
when we started
See.
when we started
Joe.
this thing. Osman knows. Osman, you know those who
It's a
started
mind
these kids
thing.
with the people that are still standing till tomorrow. I can remember clearly. It's just too funny and us. It's just too funny.
Funny is not even.
No, he is.
Like no, he is. I'm not saying he didn't
And-
start as early as Nidu.
Oh, no, no.
And
That's
what
and
I'm
it's
saying.
like it's just us and just too funny, and Chris Clown, that is still
And-
standing.
Chris
and
Brown.
this guy, what's his name again? What?
Twice started
Twice?
later. Twice started that much later.
The guy, the Igbo guy in America.
Peter
Chief
Obi.
Obi.
Yeah,
Chief
Obi has stopped.
He has
Yeah,
stopped.
yeah.
Abi.
He has stopped.
Oh,
He has
yeah.
stopped. So those were the people that started. So the people who see stand right now,
James Brown.
James Brown.
not the
He
ground.
just
But
started.
what I'm trying to say is, we go through a lot.
A whole lot.
We go through a whole lot. Like I was saying, I remember when I keep going back to this time when people come find and say, so no, you've been married. Oh, so you were going through this
All these
thing.
things.
So you were going through all this thing and you were shooting skits.
Yeah, I saw some comments like that.
But we not go understand. Sometimes it's an escape.
Yeah.
That's what it says. This is
For me, it was two things. It was an escape and because
I could see you wondering a lot in your head.
I really want to say something.
First thing,
something.
honey, sorry. First thing, it was for me to keep up working. Because remember the first job we had was 1 year camo that we had. It paid us 150K 8 years ago. That was the first job me and Osman I had that they paid us money to do that job. So we needed to keep it. We realized that once you are in their faces and your numbers are doing well, consistency, they give you the money. So we had to keep
difficult.
going. I go there shoot
That's why
skit
it's
like
difficult.
this, and when I now entered one relationship like that, so I had personal relationship issues. When my girlfriend would tell me that, I say no girl should touch you. Why is that girl touching you like that? It was issues. I go one shoot skit. Also material go the vex. I go girl go once enough for my lap. I go say hey, also material no.
I don't know,
Hey,
man.
my girlfriend go vex.
I don't know.
See, we go through a lot of issues.
So
but
it's
guess
so
what?
hard
I know
for you
that-
guys to stay relevant in the game.
It's
No,
a hard
you
thing.
because
It's a hard thing.
because
So
Staying
sorry,
consistent
Nini.
is hard.
Stay
Because-
consistent.
You know what? You know
understand where
You
your
know
anger might come
consistency can
from.
make you lose your juice.
What?
Consistency can make you lose your juice.
Yeah.
Trying to be consistent because
Because
sometimes
you don't know what you are doing anymore.
Yeah, it
So
happens.
I actually understand you guys what you mean by telling people now, like you have to have talent before you can be doing these things. Because if you don't have talent and you bought followers, you bought
will
views,
tell on you later,
the people
later.
that actually
Of
have
course,
the
it tell on you
talent
later.
is not working. Like they are not getting the actual
accolades that they need.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They are not getting
like
it.
I'm
So I
not even going to
understand
lie.
right
Like
now.
I'm not even going to lie. Like deep down in my spirit, I feel like I don't get the accolades that I deserve.
There you
Of course, it
deserve.
doesn't.
That's
Like-
because you know your work,
I
you know
agree.
your value.
Yeah,
I
and I
agree.
can
No,
tell
like,
you,
I
I
deep
agree
down in
for
my
Nas
spirit.
Boy. I agree.
let me now. Sorry, let me say this. Maybe this can make the cut. You see, people that buy followers on social media that make other people that are really creating the content look like we don't know what we're
Be like
doing.
say you won't swear.
No, I don't want to swear.
You serious?
That make us look like we don't know what we're doing. And then somebody can come into my content. Oh, this is why I like this person. There's no woman in his skits.
Hey,
You will always find fun. We look for jokes where you don't see jokes. We see fun where you don't see fun.
Yeah.
You understand? So if the fun we see is with a lady, you can create easy content with a lady. For our greatest skit till tomorrow, man, I was going to tell my brother here, my partner here, the woman not there, only both of us.
I understand. Even the woman own self, you still have a number of thirsty men that like those
Now,
kind of content.
let me say
So,
this. Yeah, it's normal.
You have your
but let me
audience
say
for
this
that.
thing. In this industry of creating content, people that don't get accolades, that deserves accolade. You see Nas Boy, not because he's here. He knows. I've told
I
him.
said it in the last episode.
This guy.
Somebody should give me flowers. Let me give him his flowers.
Let me continue. No. Wait. Before I forget my thought.
You can't take it away from them.
See, let me say it. You see anybody? We pride ourselves, me and my partner was material, my brother was material. We pride ourselves that we're able to give you 4 different characters and it's funny every time we throw it out.
Yeah.
Tomorrow people are still fighting for Stan Kichi. We decided to drop it.
You ditched us.
Tomorrow people are still fighting for Stan Kichi, but both of us decided it was time to move on to something else totally different.
Yeah.
Now, most of them are not even know, so we don't shoot Stan Kichi movie that's supposed to be on Netflix, but we've not dropped it yet.
That's a big one.
Now, anybody that can do that and give me 4 different characters, which is why tomorrow I respect T-Wise twice. He's one of the people that should be recognized. You see Nas Boy, you see Twice, you see Just Too Funny. You see Just Too Funny. See Just Too Funny. You see, these are the people that need celebration.
Mr. Funny, add him to that list.
Day. These are the people that need celebration every fucking day. Nas Boy, Twice, Just Too Funny. Man, no count myself and husband material join.
Just count yourself.
No.
I think there are so many people who are doing great. First off, from the idealization.
This does not take away other people that are doing skits. You guys are doing wonderfully well.
Produce and then promote.
You're doing wonderfully well.
It's a whole lot.
But I just need to say something.
A lot of people
and
are
I'm not
doing
saying this to discredit your jobs as skit makers, because when you say content creator, content creation is large. There are different types of content creators. But like we're talking about skit makers, right? I just want to say that I feel like a lot of you are putting these pressures on yourself out of competition as well.
No, it's not.
It's not competition, not. Because I can stay a week. We can stay a week without. See. Naomi.
Yes, bring that kind of nonsense.
No. See for me and this material. Wait.
Yes, now everything boils down to.
See for me and this material. See what I'm saying. We can stay a week without dropping a content, without dropping a skit.
I'm just going to say.
But that does not mean we're not dropping it.
It's not motivational speaking, no. But I just want to say that.
I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make us feel better. But guess what? No be competition exactly.
Not be competition.
It's about staying relevant.
We don't try now. At least we don't try.
Yes.
So this is it here. I'm not competing with Nedu. I'm competing with myself. I want to stay relevant.
Exactly where I'm going to.
Now, either ways, I have to drop contents. You can't take away the pressure. You get me? I have to drop content.
But you can work on that pressure.
Everybody get pressure. Companies get pressure.
Everybody has pressure.
What should we make even more?
I want to add to what you said now. Another thing I would say that can cause pressure is the fact that when you are thinking about another idea, another person has already shot it.
You get me? It happens.
No idea is new. So you have to stay relevant.
So you know why?
Change your
you need
game.
to stay fresh. Now because Nido has done this idea, you have to leave it, Abi.
No.
There are countless things that will put you under pressure. However,
because the moment you try to shoot again, it looks like
you
understand? So now guess what? You have to now refresh your mind again to getting something entirely fresh.
I swear.
I understand that there are many things that can put us under pressure. There are many things that can put us under pressure. But how are you working towards cutting down the pressure on yourself? Because whether you like it or not.
See, it's not easy. It's not something that
I know it's not easy.
See, if it was easy,
but
do you think I love to be in this job? I love to make people happy and I love to make money.
And it's something you can do effortlessly, whether you're making money or not.
Okay, now guess what? Guess what?
Whether you're making money or not.
It's not effortlessly anymore. That's what I'm saying. That's what we are telling you. You get me? It's not effortlessly anymore because I'm funny, right? Brands are saying, that boy is funny. You call that boy. This one is giving you this. This one is giving you this. In between, you have to make contents for them. And in the space of trying to make contents for them, you have to be funny. Right? Now, because you want to make money and at the same time you want to keep the fans happy, that's pressure. Do you understand?
It comes with the territory. Yes.
I can't keep making you guys happy and I'm not making money.
Yes.
So it's just normal. Pressure is
you are pressure because
pressure is a must.
But the thing is,
how do you handle pressure? That's what we should discuss.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So there's pressure.
If you have passion for something, you will get pressure on anything.
So that's the thing. So I feel like I say it all the time. I feel like content
it.
creators differ. Like we have different kinds of content creators. We have the ones that are really passionate about it. We have the ones where we get people where we say they love waiting then they do. You understand?
But they also
you
need
get
to
people where
make
they
money
add
from
class
it.
to waiting then they do. You understand? So the ones really brilliant, the ones where people they perceive as intelligent, now their trouble they pass. You understand? Because it's easy now. You know, say if they give you one ad now. If you won't go out of your way to momo yourself, do am, you go do am. But guess what? You they reminded of the fact, say, I am Nedu Wazobia.
Exactly.
You get me? So because you are Nedu Wazobia, you cannot do it like the other persons. So the other persons can just hold it and say, yeah, see, I see they do like this. Really. And guess what? They have nothing to lose. Will they get more adverts? Yes, they will.
They will.
You understand? But now you will get ads, but you will lose value.
So I
there's
think
a value
at the
for you.
level whereby you place yourself.
Wait. You lose value
Is
how?
at the level whereby you place yourself.
No, this is me. I am nice boy.
Yeah.
Right? People feel like, oh, that guy has quality. People don't come to me just because I am funny. Some people feel like I like the way he does his stuff. So the moment I lose that quality, there's a problem.
Okay.
You understand? Because of how pacey and consistent I want to be, I might lose quality. You see? So it is painful that I don't make money like some other persons because I cannot go as fast as they go.
Okay.
You understand?
With
Because the moment I start
creating,
going that fast, I'm gone.
Right. This is why I'm still saying
So
that
there's no way I can run away from pressure.
I
There
don't
is
know.
no way I can run away from pressure.
I know that the country we're in is shitty and stuff like that. But then
No, now can't say that.
No.
so that's why everyone is jumping into content creation and all
don't
of
say
that.
the
But
country is shitty, please.
Our country is not shit.
The country is full of shit.
It's full of shit.
I need to buttress on that
It's
point.
full of shit, but it's not shitty.
We can't
Yes,
keep
it's not
blaming the
shitty.
country.
No, we won't stop. We won't stop blaming.
we won't stop blaming
moving
the
on,
country. We won't
moving on.
stop.
No, the problem is not your country. The problem is
the people that are
rather
driving
than
the
use
country.
the resources of state in the best interest of the collective.
Of course,
And
now we
massively
know
for
that.
themselves,
We know
eh?
that. We know
Bring some
that.
salt,
Moving on,
Yeah.
moving on. This is just part one of this conversation. The next time we'll come back, Nasba is going to be here, Sydney Talker is going to be here. We're going to have other content creators that is going to be here to talk about content creators, the pressure,
Peacemakers.
depression, and all these, the whole shebang. But before we leave, we're going to ask Nasboy, how do you deal with these pressures? Is there anything special that you do to keep yourself afloat? We sometimes, our own, now to just
Go enjoy.
no, we're not if you going to enjoy him. I don't know how he does his own. He has a way of shutting it out.
Exactly.
Me, I have a way of
He
just.
has a way.
He has a way.
He has a way.
Now
But
me, I have a way of just going back home. I see my daughter. I play with my daughters. I get how I get the space where I go enter.
I think
and I'm okay.
contentment also does
So how
will
do you
help
do
a lot.
yours?
Contentment.
How do you do yours?
You know, Naomi, from every discussion, I feel like a very easygoing person. You feel like life is so simple. Life is not that simple.
Because life is not that simple. But I
to
tell
you, man.
myself
Life is-
that.
no,
Listen,
I
have
know.
a lot of. You don't know.
No, it's a
just
good
like-
thing. Like I would love to be you.
I have.
Like I would love to
Jesus
perceive life
Christ,
so easy.
you don't even know the pressures that I have to go through myself.
Men issues, innit?
But not even. What do you mean men issues? Different things now. Money, you
Are
know.
you rude?
Come on
Money
now.
for number
Money, you know, family, all of that. But
So
listen, because I have also been with experienced people. I've not like experience. Well, I mean, I have people that I
shout
look
out
up
to Daddy
to.
Freeze.
Exactly, Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze is someone that I've literally watched go through. It's not just Daddy Freeze. There are many people that I can't call, but yeah, Daddy Freeze is a public figure. So let's talk about him. I've literally seen him go through high and lows.
Yeah.
And I've literally seen him stand tall through it. So he has inspired me. He has told me, listen, these times will come. These times will come.
Oh,
you just
they
have to
will.
stand. Like you just have
Stand
to find
tall
yourself
through them.
in the middle and go through it. Do you understand?
Obi, no go mine.
I still have my mates that are on Instagram and doing this influencing and micro influencer or whatever you call it, and I know that they are not extreme. They are not exactly better than I am, but they're probably getting it better. They are getting, but I don't care.
Exactly. Actually,
I don't care.
I think
Naomi, I think because it's
what
not
do
a
you do? What do you do?
passionate
Aside
thing
content
for us.
creating by the side. what
I
do you do?
work. I have a full-time job.
I don't get another job.
That's where I'm going. That's
I
where I'm
don't
going.
get another
That's
job.
where I'm going. You
It's
don't
about
have
the
to.
passion.
You don't have to seclude yourself.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. So the moment
Nasboy,
I get a job,
how do you deal?
But you've been on this thing for a long time, and you've been you have been making money. You have been making money. That's
Not
good.
everybody can figure it out.
Listen.
True.
You
I'm
might
sorry.
think that we maybe at some certain age that you know it all. No, we learn.
No, you don't
every
know.
day.
No, I'm just saying.
Now,
how do you manage your finances as well?
Leave your finances for this.
No,
matter.
no.
stop that nonsense.
Stop that nonsense there. Finances, man.
No, I'm
The
just
finances
about,
go going there.
I'm just about to
So
say
how do you manage
handle it.
the pressure and depression? Part
Until
one.
now-
We're gonna come back.
Until now, I don't think I can handle it until now. I'm not even lying to you.
Are you
Until
serious?
now. Yeah, so this is how it is for me. You understand? So there's a part in my life where in a week I don't get contents. I could die. Did you get? I could die. You know, when they come and they don't come the way I want them to come, it's a problem.
You're putting too much pressure on yourself.
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
I'm not lying. Yes, I know this. I know this.
You
like,
should stop.
I know.
It's not
Money
easy.
will still come.
So
you will
like,
still
no,
make.
I need you to know that it's like I said, it's a personal thing.
I
yeah?
know.
As I did like this, I
God,
did
I'm
too.
not a
Now make I say,
therapist. I don't know. I don't have the right
No,
words.
I accepted it from the beginning. I am too emotional for the business. Like
Oh,
I
I
told
am
you.
emotional
Okay.
as well.
Yeah, so
Very
that's why we get
emotional.
affected. That's why you cry to husband material on the phone.
Yeah.
You understand? Some people just overlook
Jesus.
it. Like Naomi.
That's why I remember that part.
Yeah.
Nah, no, if you
Yeah.
forget.
I think it's also
Yeah,
important that
yeah,
we're
I
having.
do.
It's important that we're having this conversation.
You know why I
So
feel like
Naomi,
he's
no,
putting
Naomi,
too
I
much
need
pressure
to.
on
I'm sure we
himself.
be different humans.
Yes.
We get humans where they react differently. You understand? Person fall for ground. The person will just say, "Oh, my phone." Carry on. Another person say, "My phone, oh, my phone." Oh. You understand? So you know if he change
Yeah,
us,
me too.
we they react differently. Now so we be. You understand? That's so God create us. Shout out to you when they allow things get to you. You
Bruh.
understand?
Anyways, we're gonna
Bruh.
come back for part
It
2.
gets to me, oh, but
we're gonna
I know
come
how
back
to
to
shove
part
it
2
off.
of this
Yeah, so
conversation.
it's not easy for some
We're
other
gonna have
persons.
Nas Boy. We're gonna have Sydney Talker and other content creators that is going to be on this table discussing this issue, so that we might get to a point where we'll have an understanding and how to move forward, just in case you get to the point where you are stuck, you're depressed, the pressure is weighing you down, or like some Yoruba professors, the prayer is
It's
holding
getting
you.
worse.
The pressure
It's getting worse.
It's getting worse.
But we
Anyway,
find
shout
in
out
the
to
end.
all of you that are following us. So Frankly Speaking, we love you. Our subscribers keep growing. Thank you. We love you. Our viewers keep growing. We thank you. We love you. Our group chat people, thank you. Live of AQ, thank you. And then everybody that is following us on Frankly Speaking, we love you. We go everywhere, and people when we never expect to talk say, I love Frankly Speaking. Are you
Guess
serious?
what? The girls
And
when
I
they
beg,
watch
I
Frankly
beg, I
Speaking, they
beg.
fine.
Girls with the way Frankly,
This
and for some
conversation-
reason, girls with the way Frankly Speaking, they fine.
Husband material. I really like your standpoint. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
When I stand where I
Yeah.
point.
You bye! Bye-bye!
No,
When I stand, I point. Anyway, shout out to our sponsors, Sky Wallet, we love you. Shout out to our sponsors also, Meridian Cream Liquor, for refreshing us. We have more sponsors coming on the way. It's choking. It's season 3. You guys will choke with sponsors. But anyway, we want to thank you. We love you. We love all of you. And we know you people have been crying for us to have a live line in the studio where we can call you guys. You guys have to call in and talk to us. Someday we're going to do that. And we're going to do town hall meeting of Frankly Speaking fans in it.
I beg those of you that probably see me on the road. I'm a normal girl, okay? Don't be looking at me and like, yeah, just look and walk away. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.